Good morning. Come on in. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm going to give just a few minutes for some people to hop on that said they would be here. And I also want to welcome new faces. So I'm going to give them just a few minutes. But I am going to let you guys know that every Monday I will be going live from right here in my kitchen. Okay? And I'll be covering everything from recipes to just kitchen tips and things like that. And then my plan is for Wednesdays to be everything but the kitchen, okay? Decorating and decluttering and things like that. So y'all come on in. Welcome to my home. Welcome to my kitchen. I want us to talk about some interesting kitchen things. I know that our actual zone that we're in is zone 1. We're not in zone 2, which is kitchen yet. That'll be next week. But every week on Monday, I'm going to be live and I'm going to be talking about kitchen stuff, okay? So the plan is every Monday I will be live in my kitchen and I'll be covering everything from cleaning things in the kitchen to recipes to kitchen tips, all kind of fun things about the kitchen, okay? That's the heart of our home. And so that's where I think that we as homemakers spend most of our time. And so I will be live on Mondays in my kitchen. Live on Wednesdays talking about zone cleaning, talking about everything from decluttering to organizing to even decorating tips, okay? And then on Fridays will be our focus on a small business and Friday giveaways. And if we don't have a small business, I'll be doing a giveaway and it's just going to be fun Fridays, okay? So that's kind of the plan for what we'll be doing each week. But every Monday, you can meet me here at 10 a.m. in my kitchen and we're going to talk about kitchen stuff. So as I said, I've got a few notes here so I don't forget, but I want to encourage everyone. I know in our morning 5 we talk about getting dressed to shoes, but whether it is whenever you get home in the evenings and you're doing work in your kitchen or whether you are at home all the time, I encourage you, if you don't have an apron, get one. And if you don't have a pair of good tennis shoes, get some. And so, due to colors and things blending, you're going to be seeing me wear a lot of black and red and gray t-shirts. That's the colors in my kitchen, and I have bought several of each color. And then of course I have my apron that was from my Fun Friday of this past week from Haley, and I want to thank her again. I love my apron, but those are the colors of my kitchen. And so don't think I'm wearing the same clothes every day because I've got a lot of black and gray and red that I'm going to be wearing. And so that's kind of my color scheme. That's what I love in my kitchen. And so I'm going to talk to you today about a lot of things that we can clean in our kitchen, especially like small appliances, and some tricks to that and some tips for that, okay? And kind of what my favorite things are and what might help you, all right? So the first thing I want to encourage you to do is put on your apron, use your superpowers. It is a proven fact that if a lady wears an apron when she does her housework, subconsciously after 30 days of doing that, whenever she puts it on, her brain will automatically think that you need to work. Same thing with our shoes. When you put your shoes on, it tells your body what to do. And I understand with COVID and everything, not wanting to wear shoes that you wear outside, inside. I have a pair of really good Skechers tennis shoes that I love, that are comfortable, and I wear them every day in my house. It's not the same shoes that I wear outside, and that's fine, but I do need that support on my feet, and it tells my brain to get busy. And I don't sit down in the recliner and kick my feet back like I would if I stayed in my pajamas, or I didn't have my shoes on, or I didn't have my apron on. So I'm going to tell you, the first thing you need to do whenever you're doing homemaking things and you're in your kitchen, put your apron on, put your shoes on, have yourself where you feel like you look okay, and then go in there and get started. It tells your brain to get busy. The kitchen is the heart of our home, and I think that we all need to spend time in our kitchen doing little things, not real big things, okay? Now then, I want to tell you that the best thing you can do for yourself is to every single night clean up after dinner and turn on your dishwasher, okay? I have told you that about the morning 5 over and over again. And for those of you that are new, my name is Paula Dixon, and I have been a homemaker for 27 years. I learned a whole lot from my mom and my aunts, and I've taken a lot of vocational classes from cake decorating to organizing and decluttering things, all the way to interior design, flower arranging, that kind of stuff. So I just want you guys to know that some of these things I have learned from family and some from classes and just from trial and error, okay? And so But my name is Paula, and I have so many new faces to this page. I want to welcome you to my home, welcome you here, welcome you to my kitchen, and welcome you to the group. And I would also ask all of you to please remember Miss Linda Lee. I'm not going to go into any more detail than that, but she lost her husband, and she is one of my clients that I mentor privately, and she's so active on both groups, this one and the VIP. And so, Miss Linda Lee, we're thinking of you and praying for you. Okay, so now then, like I said, the best way to make progress in your kitchen is to set up the night before. And what I mean by that is clean up from dinner, shine your sink, have it empty, turn on that dishwasher. If you don't have a dishwasher, wash the dishes and flip them up to dry. That way in the mornings, all you have to do is go in and empty that dishwasher, and you're ready to start your day and get something going for dinner, so that it's not last minute. Grab a crock pot meal, grab a freezer meal out, let it thaw, get some meat out of the freezer to thaw, and get a head start on dinner. Because if you will do that, then at 6 o'clock, you're not standing in front of the refrigerator saying, what are we going to have for dinner? I don't necessarily plan each day of what we're going to have for dinner, but every single week before I go to the grocery store, I plan for at least 6 meals. And I always have staple meals that I can make. Like I always keep the stuff for spaghetti or beans and cornbread and that kind of thing. But I plan for 6 meals. Usually that's for a Sunday lunch meal and then a Monday through Thursday. We usually do eat out on Friday and Saturday nights unless we grill. And so I would encourage you, make a meal plan and stock your home, stock your pantry, stock your freezer. It's so much easier to cook a meal, to look up recipes and everything if you have those staples in your pantry, fridge, and freezer. Now, I am going to be talking about that on I've got several different Monday lives about the kitchens lined up. I'm going to be talking about what I keep in my pantry, what I keep in my freezer, and what I keep in my fridge, okay? So I'm going to be talking about that, and then another one I'm going to do Instant Pot and Crock Pot meals and Crock Pot bags that you can put in the freezer easy and that kind of thing. So I've got lots of different things, then just some random kitchen tips that you would never imagine, but that I have learned or found and that kind of thing. And so, but today we're going to focus on cleaning small appliances in your kitchen and what you need as cleaners in your home, or especially for the kitchen, okay? So I'm going to tell you what my favorite cleaners are, okay? I think I have all of them out but one, and it's right here. A lot of people ask me what I shine my sink with. And what I usually do is I shine my sink with Barkeeper's Friend, okay? I like to shine my sink with that. And then we are always, even if I don't think that a lot of you dump grease actually down your sink, but even washing dishes, you get a lot of grease into our sinks. And so so every single night, I take my dish rag and I put some dish liquid on it, and I just rub around the sides of my sink and clean it. And then once a week, I'll use Barkeeper's Friend and really shine it up, and then take some Windex and go over that afterwards, and it really shines it, makes it really sparkle and clean. And I also, when I do that, I put about a cup of, well, first of all, I start out with some baking soda, just some Dollar General, $2, a huge box baking soda. And I take that baking soda and I take my big tablespoon and I put about 3 of these in each drain, okay? So I'm going to do that today because I've not done it in a while. But I will just sprinkle the baking soda in the drain. This kills odors, but it also, we're going to clean our drains out, and I'm going to show you how if you don't know this trick. So I just put some baking soda in my drains, and then I follow that with about a cup of vinegar. And when you do, it's going to bubble and fizz, and it's going to cut through that grease from washing greasy things. Anything that had butter on it or anything like that gets in the sink, and especially in the wintertime when the pipes are cold, okay? So you don't get any clogs. So it's going to bubble and fizzle. Yes, you can hear that. And I'm just pouring a cup of it down each side. That's what I'm going to do. And it just bubbles and fizzes and boils, kind of like peroxide or something. And that, I guess you can hear all that. That gives your sink and your drain a good cleaning. Okay? Now then, so I do that, and then I'll use my Barkeeper's Friend on it and my Windex behind it. Now, I'm not going to take you guys through all of those steps, but I'm just going to show you the Barkeeper's Friend. I like the liquid kind, but it comes in a powder, kind of like Comet. Works the same way. This also cleans your glass stovetops really well, or bottom of your pans that get a lot of like burnt looking stuff on it, this will clean it really well, okay? And so the next thing I want to show you is, I've told you this before, but there's some cleaning things that I keep handy in my kitchen. Just a good old toothbrush. I like these wooden ones. And some of these painter sponges like this, around your Instapot, you can take the pot out and the lid off, but there's still that edge that's kind of hard to clean. And then like I have got a crock pot that actually has some gumbo. I had a freezer bag full of gumbo. Anytime that I cook gumbo or soup or whatever, I always make extra and I freeze a bag of it. So today I got that bag out. We had it not this past Sunday, not yesterday, but the week before. I fixed it for all of my crew. And so I had probably about 3/4 of a gallon bag. And so it's right over there in that crock pot, if you can see it. But this crock pot lid actually fits on to the crock pot with this, and it raises up. And so sometimes like down in here kind of gets grimy and stuff. Again, you can pour a little bit of baking soda in there and pour some vinegar behind it, and it kind of bubbles out that dirt, and then you can take a toothbrush and get into the crevices and that kind of thing. So anytime you have a spot that you can't seem to get to, that baking soda and vinegar will break stuff loose, okay? It cuts through grease and grime and that kind of thing. So let me get the lid back on the gumbo. Alrighty, so then I like to keep these sponges, and I keep a couple of different sizes. This works really well to like soap up with some dish liquid and rub around the edges of the Instapot and clean in that crevice, and then you can dry it with one of these right behind it, or another one this size, or just squeeze this one out and use it. But these are really cheap. You can get them at the Dollar Tree, okay, in assorted sizes. But you can use those to clean a lot of things. So in my sink, maybe I can tilt you guys and you can see it. Okay, you see right there? I've got this little drainer thing, and it's got my little, this is one of those walnut scrubbers, and then I just stand my brushes up in here, and I keep them, that keeps them handy for me to grab whenever that I need them when I'm cleaning something. And so I have my little sponges there, okay? I think I've told you guys this before, but make your kitchen fun for yourself. That's where you're gonna spend a lot of time. So you see right here, let me see if I can turn you guys around. You see by my sink, I always have a pretty hand soap, a little plant. This has got just some Myers dish soap. Both of these came from Marshall's. I love their dish soaps. And I always like for this to be kind of pretty. And then that Caden Cole soap company that I had on my thing, this is some of that kitchen soap. It smells so good. It comes with a little brush, and then I've got some of that air freshener right here too that I can spray if there's a stinky smell in the kitchen. But when I come in the mornings to my kitchen and my sink is shining and I have a pretty display here of my dish liquid and stuff, I enjoy being in here. I also have a tray that you can see right over there that stays on that counter that I keep my knives in, but I also do it, I decorate it for the different seasons, okay? It's kind of a little farmhouse thing going over there, and I really enjoy doing that. All right, so now then I've got you guys right there. So let's talk about some other small appliances and how to clean them, okay? So I hope you guys can hear me and see me okay. Somebody give me a thumbs up if you can. One thing that I like to do about every 6 weeks or so, 8 weeks at the most, and what I try to do is, my little weekly plan that a lot of you have, that I mentor you. Good morning, Libby. Can you see and hear me okay? But I take about every other month when I'm doing that, I will clean out. We have a Keurig and a coffee pot, okay? And so what I do with the Keurig is I take the container off of it, and you see like where there's a little bit of lime scale where water was and stuff, that's just from having hard water. That's all it is. And so the way that I get rid of that is I fill this container up with some hot water and some vinegar, okay? And so that's what I'm going to do right now because it needs it. So I'm going to add probably 2 cups of vinegar to that. And then I'm going to fill it up with hot water. And what I will do after this is I will run that through the Keurig, and then I will follow it with 3 complete containers of the clear water, okay? Because you want to rinse that vinegar out real good, but it will totally descale anything on the inside of your Keurig. You wouldn't believe how clean, if you took it apart, you wouldn't believe what was in there. So that's not a good thought. But anyway, so you can see that I've got the vinegar in there about that much, and I'm going to fill it up with hot water. I'm going to actually let it sit in this container for probably an hour or so that this container can get all that stuff cut loose. And then I am going to, there's the fill line. I'm going to take this water and run it. I'll have to go over there every few minutes, fill up a cup and come dump it in the sink, fill up a cup and dump it in the sink. And I'll have to do that till this is all gone. And then I'll do the same thing with 2 to 3 things of water, okay, to clear that out. Okay, you do the same thing with your coffee pot, where you put the water in your regular coffee pot, put a couple of cups of vinegar in there, and then like your 8 cups of water, so you have a whole coffee pot full, and let it run that through there, and then follow it with like 2 to 3 pots of water. So it doesn't take that long, and then pour that steaming hot water down your sink, okay? And so, and add that vinegar and then that baking soda to your sink, and then take those hot things of water that you're cleaning out your coffee pots with and go follow behind there. And so then you have done that baking soda and vinegar, and then you've washed it with that really hot water, and your drains are just sparkly clean that way, and then they smell a lot better and they stay fresh, okay? And you don't have clogs. So that's how I do my Keurig. Now let me tell you a trick to your actual coffee pot. You notice I have ice in it. Now it's not for iced coffee. If you will put about 2 or 3 cups of ice in your coffee pot, you know how it has a brown stain on the bottom, or you get it right around the bottom if you leave coffee in there for any amount of time? Okay, here's a really good trick. You put your 2 cups or 3 cups of ice. I think I have about 3 cups of ice and then about 2 cups of water, okay? Put that in there. And then you need to take coarse salt. You can either use kosher salt or sea salt, but take coarse salt. And what I'm going to do with the coarse salt is I'm going to get my tablespoon over here. I'll just use that, okay? And I'm going to put about 3 of these tablespoons into my coffee pot. Shake it up and loosen it up a little. And so there's 1. I don't think you guys can see what I'm doing, can you? Let me lower you. See my coffee pot? See my coarse sea salt? Alright, so that makes 3, okay? So I've got 3 spoonfuls of this coarse salt, the tablespoons, that's a big spoon, okay? I put that in there along with 2 to 3 cups of ice and about 2 to 3 cups of water, okay? You put that in there, and then you just kind of put your hand over it and you do this number. Really, really spin that coarse salt in there, okay? Really shake this around. I'm not going to bother you guys with that noise for the next 5 minutes or so, but just stand there for, 3 or 4 minutes and really spin this around. And that salt, that coarse salt, will descale the bottom of your coffee pot, okay? It'll take all that off of there, that brown look that gets in the bottom of a coffee pot that you think that coffee sat there too long and it turned it brown, that kind of thing. And so mine had some brown in it, and I can already tell that it's gone. But really spin that around in your coffee pot. And then when you dump that out, I don't know if you can see, but mine had brown all in the bottom, and it's really clear. And so just follow that with some water, hot water to rinse that, or if you want to go ahead and use some dish soap. If you ask me what kind of dish soap that I use, my favorite is the Myers dish soap, and I also love Dawn. You just can't beat Dawn dish detergent. And so I keep Blue Dawn in the bathroom, and in the laundry room, and I use that cleaning my showers, and I also use that for stains on shirts and stuff. And then in the kitchen, I always have some of the antibacterial Dawn under the sink. I like that too. But I really love the Myers just for everyday dish liquid. But if it's something really greasy, I'll put that Dawn on there and use my scrub brush and that kind of thing. So that gets your coffee pot really clean. Coarse salt and ice and water, okay? Really simple. Okay, I'm going to talk to you about the cleaners that I keep. I just about can clean anything in my house if I have baking soda, vinegar, Windex, and Pledge, and dish liquid. I could clean anything in my house. I really could. I could actually do laundry with that if I needed to. I could use a little bit of Dawn dish detergent and some baking soda and wash clothes. You really can. And so if you are on a tight budget and you want to have things to keep your household clean and smelling good and being fresh, you go get you some baking soda. $2 at your local Dollar General for the great big box. It doesn't have to be brand name. It works the same. It's all the same ingredient. It's sodium bicarbonate. So that's all that you need. That's what you need. And so I get a big box of this. It's $2. Then also from the dollar store, I get a big jug of distilled white vinegar. It's $2 for a gallon. I always keep 2 or 3 gallons on hand. And then I have the Walmart brand of Windex, the Great Value brand. I like Windex, I like the Great Value, and I even like the dollar store, okay? But I'm not as crazy about the one that's at Dollar Tree. It seems to streak more. But I don't care to get it at Dollar General for $1 or this one at Walmart for $1. I think this one was 97 cents actually. But Windex you need for windows and mirrors. And you can actually use vinegar for that too, if you want to, you know. So really and truly, I could make it work. Washing clothes, washing dishes, cleaning my house. I could do all of that if I just had baking soda, dish liquid, and vinegar. And I would need Pledge for my furniture. But I could really, I mean, you can do that. Vinegar and baking soda, you can do so many things in your home. Okay, so we've talked about cleaning the Keurig, and we've talked about cleaning the coffee pot. Now let's talk about cleaning the microwave, okay? If you will just take a large mug, let me grab one, that you know is safe in the microwave. And if you will just take this mug and put vinegar in it. I usually put about, probably that, this is a big mug. If you measured it, probably about 2 cups of vinegar. And then I put just a little bit of water. I don't dilute mine much, okay? I sit it in the microwave and I cook it on the highest power of your microwave for 2 minutes, okay? This is going to boil and it's going to steam. And anything that is stuck on in your microwave, if you have any kind of splatters or anything that has gotten stuck on in there, it loosens that. That steam loosens that. It deodorizes it and it makes it so clean. And so all you have to do then is follow it with a rag and just wipe it out. And so that's a really good way to clean your microwave, is put vinegar in a cup, put it in there for 2 minutes, and then it wipes right, just really clean, okay? So another thing that you can use to do that is your dishwasher. So I'm going to do that today after we get off of here. I'm going to take a mug and I'm going to sit it on the bottom shelf of my dishwasher, and I'm going to fill it full of vinegar. I'm not going to put any Cascade in there, no tablets, no anything, no dishes, because I just emptied it because I did my morning 5, okay? So you turn your dishwasher on at night and empty it first thing in the morning. I don't care if it's a third full, half full, all the way full. I don't care if you do a light wash, a heavy wash. Just turn your dishwasher on every night. That food and stuff doesn't sit there. You empty it and you have a whole day place to put the dirty dishes. And you wake up to a kitchen that all you have to do is take 2 minutes and empty the dishwasher, and you've got a shining sink and a dishwasher that's empty, ready for the day. And you'll want to be in your kitchen cooking. And then if you make a few crock pot bags that I've taught you about, and I'm going to talk more about next week probably, we're either going to talk about those other kitchen tips, or we're going to talk about the crock pot and Instapot meals. I've got both of those planned for Mondays. Every Monday we'll be in the kitchen, okay? So back to the cleaning the appliances in the kitchen. Put your, and whoever asked about the oven, I'm getting there. And so put your cup on the bottom shelf of the dishwasher and fill it pretty full of vinegar. Put it in there, put it on the pot and pan or the heavy duty wash cycle. Turn it on, leave it alone. Let it wash itself, and this will get splashed out and it'll be sloshed all through there, and everything will be so shiny and so clean, and that vinegar will cut any kind of scummy stuff that's on the filter and that kind of thing. And so put some vinegar on the bottom shelf in a cup and turn the dishwasher on. Now when it gets finished, you're going to have a cup full of water, but that's okay. Pour that hot water down the sink and flip it upside down in your dishwasher. Let it run through a cycle, you'll be fine, okay? So we've talked about the coffee pot. We've talked about the Keurig. We've talked about the Instapot. We've talked about the microwave. We've talked about the actual glass coffee pot with the ice and the salt. And then we've talked about the dishwasher. And I've talked about cleaning your sink drains and how to keep your sink clean, deodorized, smelling good, and the drains cleaned out, okay? So now then, let's talk about the refrigerator. I keep a small box of baking soda that are like 50 cents in the refrigerator. I try to change those like every 3 months, and I keep one in the freezer and in my deep freeze. You can buy the ones that have the little square boxes on the sides that like is a vent, and you don't even have to tear it open. Now my mother used to buy the little boxes, and she would just tear it open and just sit it on a shelf. Same thing, it doesn't matter. Some people actually put it in a little glass container and sit it in the fridge. However you want to do, if you don't want to use the whole box and you just want to do a little container so that you can empty it out, however you want to do it, it doesn't matter. But if you have some baking soda in there, it would absorb any odors that you have. When it comes to cleaning the refrigerator, you cannot beat a little bit of dish liquid and a little bit of vinegar in some hot water. That vinegar will help to break loose anything and deodorize it, and do it one shelf at a time. It really doesn't take that long. Take everything off the top shelf and wipe it out good and wipe it off good, and then if you're putting back jars of jelly and things like that, clean them off and put them back in there. Do one shelf at a time. If you have little ones or if you have to run do something else, know that you did the top 2 shelves, and in a little while come back and do the bottom, that kind of thing. Another tip about your refrigerator is if you will keep everything in the same spot that you always keep it in, you can easily look in your refrigerator and know what you need and know what you're out of, okay? Let me give you, for instance, I'll show you mine. Let me turn you guys around. Okay. So, in my fridge, I always have vegetables here. I always have fruits here. And these have all been washed in vinegar. And they're all in their bags with their paper towels. Change those paper towels out frequently for your grapes and strawberries and things like that for fruits. They don't need any dampness against them. The vegetables, like your carrots and stuff, they need that little bit of dampness on that paper towel. I usually change them once throughout the week, but I will change and I make sure they have a little bit of dampness on them. And then the ones in the strawberries and grapes and stuff, I change those like every 2 to 3 days, and I make sure I put one that's very dry in there. The sodas that we keep at our house is Sprite and Coke, and I know they're not good for you. Nobody has to tell me all that. I know all that. This is what we keep on hand for ourselves and guests. But I used to drink lots and lots of those, and I limit myself now. I can only have 2 a day. So I always keep our jellies and ketchup and mustard and syrups and things like that on this shelf. I always keep my water here, my milk here. I always keep like hot sauces and steak seasonings and barbecue here, stuff that we use on the grill and stuff. And then in my deli drawer, I can look really quick, and I keep crescent rolls, cinnamon rolls, and a can of canned biscuits usually, shredded cheese, block cheese, Velveeta cheese, cream cheese. There's some more shredded cheese over here. I have hot dogs and ham, and then I have the sliced cheese that's in a wrapper, and then the sliced cheese that's not in a wrapper. And then I always have the eggs here. So I can pull this drawer out and I can automatically look and say, I need some more of the canned breads, I need some more of the block cheese, I need some more fruits or vegetables. You know, it's really easy for me to look at that. Leftovers usually go up here, and I keep butter and sour and cream to the side, and then I keep real butter here and that kind of thing. And so it's really easy for me to look in there and know if I need real butter or if I need margarine or if I need tub butter or sour cream, or do I need sodas or do I need fruits or vegetables. It's really easy to look because I keep everything in the same spot. In here, I keep different seasoning packets, different sauces from like McDonald's and places that the kids like and that kind of thing. And so it's really easy. I just pull that little thing out, slide it back in. That came from the Dollar Tree. That's a really simple thing. And then every week I boil eggs and I put them in a Ziploc bag, and we just finished those off last night, and so I'm going to boil another dozen eggs today. I have some extra ones in my outside refrigerator, and I'm going to boil those in the Instapot. It's super easy with the 5, 5, and 5 theory. I've talked about that before. And I keep a dozen eggs boiled right there. We use it on salads. My husband will make an egg sandwich just by mashing them with a fork. Just lots of different things. Make a few deviled eggs for us for dinner. It's really an easy thing to do. We ate the rest of those last night, so I'm going to boil some more of those today. And the best way to do that is the Instapot. You do 5 minutes of high pressure, 5 minutes of slow release, and 5 minutes of an ice bath. Works for fresh eggs or bought eggs, same time. Okay, let me put you back up here, or I'll just stand you up somewhere, because we're about finished. So the other thing people ask about the oven, how to keep the oven clean. In my oven, I keep I'll flip you back around, an oven liner, which is a smart thing to do. Can you see my oven liner? And those you can get for $1 at the Dollar General. Matter of fact, I think you get 2 for $1. I'll scan the house a little bit. This is my living room, and my dining room, and my kitchen. I told you this was my little tray, This is the gumbo I've got going. So see, I have a dinner plan. I do the 5 things just like I tell you to do. I tell all of you to do. It's right there. I doubled the batch, put some in the freezer, and it's in the crock pot going for dinner. And so last night my husband asked me to bake a cake, and I baked him a cake, and so he'll have some of that for dessert. And so easy peasy, there you go. So I always try to make sure that I have some things in the freezer that could easily go in the crock pot. I make see a picture of the oven liner. I'll just pull it out, Libby. Hang on a second. I said I would. Let me stand you up. I got to lift the rack to get it out. Sorry, y'all are getting a funny view there. Okay. Can you see, Libby? It's just a flat tray. It's called an oven liner. You see there was something that kind of must have spilled out right there. I can just wipe that off with a cloth and put it back in there. And if it gets to looking shabby, whenever I clean the oven, I just put a new one in there. So that's really easy. And I think you get 2 in a pack for $1 at Dollar General. Okay? So I use the self-cleaning thing, but now there's lots of oven cleaners that you can use. But again, so many times I have seen my mama use dish liquid and a little bit of vinegar, and it goes a long way. And you can also, some spots that are kind of tough to get the stains off, make a paste with baking soda and water, and then you can just take like one of these little walnut scratch pads, or like those green ones that you can buy, and make like a paste with baking soda and water and rub those rough spots, and then just add some vinegar to some dish liquid and wipe it out. And then, like I said, if you'll use the oven liner, that keeps your oven clean much longer. And so you can get 2 of those for $1 at the dollar store. I think you actually get a 3-pack for like $1.25 at Walmart. So that is an easy way to keep the oven clean. So we have talked about cleaning the Keurig. We've talked about cleaning the coffee pot. We've talked about actually cleaning the machines of the coffee pot and the Keurig. And we have talked about the cleaners that I use to keep my kitchen clean, and the different little sponges and toothbrushes and things that I keep in my sink. I still have my baking soda and my vinegar in my sink that I'm going to wash down with some really hot water out of the coffee pot in just a little bit. And if you will use that vinegar in a cup in the bottom of your dishwasher, and also do a cup of it in your microwave, let it steam in that microwave a little while, wipe it right out, and that vinegar run through a heavy cycle in the dishwasher, keeps it spotless clean. So that is some tips on how to clean some things in your kitchen, how to keep the drains cleaned out and make your sink shine and keep it all shiny. And if you don't have baking soda and vinegar in your house and dish liquid, always keep Dawn dish liquid, baking soda, and vinegar, and some Pledge. And you can clean just about anything you've got. Okay, you can even do, like I said, you could do laundry with some Dawn dish detergent and some baking soda. You can shine that sink with it. You can clean everything. You can unstop drains with it. You can clean all your appliances with it, and it doesn't damage anything. And so vinegar and baking soda is the way to go. You can make a paste with baking soda and water and put that on your stove top and use one of those little scouring pads, and then go back over it with just a drop of dish liquid with a cup of vinegar and about a gallon of hot water in your sink, and you can clean your counters. You can clean everything. Vinegar helps to kill germs. The Dawn helps to cut grease, and you can really keep your kitchen clean if you just have some baking soda, some Dawn dish detergent, and some vinegar. I mean, you really can. Anybody have any questions? Any questions? You're welcome, Kim. Thank you for joining me. I just want to remind you guys, I am Paula Dixon, and this is Homemaking with PhD. And I love giving you guys tips. How do you train your family members to clean out the sink at night if they volunteer to do the dishes? I don't know. Mine don't ever volunteer to do the dishes, so I don't have that problem. But no, he works hard, so I do the dishes. But if you will keep a few of these good cleaners in your household, you will not have to worry about keeping things sparkly clean. Okay? So that's my tips for today. I am Paula Dixon. This is Homemaking with PhD. I do private mentoring. I help you to be organized, decluttered, and have a clean home by doing a morning 5 and evening 5 routine. I have a weekly plan. I keep one on my fridge at all times. This is the new week starting out today. Has our weekly plan on it, and it's got what we do in the morning and the evenings and what we do each day. If I mentor you, you get that sent to you. And let me think of anything else that I need to cover. Every Monday, I will be going live from the kitchen, giving kitchen tips, recipes, those kind of things. Every Wednesday, I will be talking about everything except kitchen stuff, like zone cleaning, decluttering, organizing, decorating tips, all that kind of thing. Even decorating for different holidays, all of that will be on Wednesdays. And on Fridays, I focus on a small business, and I do Fun Friday giveaways. If I don't have a small business doing a giveaway, I do a giveaway. And then I'm going to go live right after that on my VIP page if we have VIP exchanges. You girls know what I'm talking about with that. I do private mentoring. You can send me a message. I'd be glad to help you. You can read a lot of testimonials from people that I've helped on this page. And I'm trying to think of anything else I need to tell you. If you have a small business and you want me to focus on you, you send something to me. For me, I will show it to them. And I have 2 pages, the regular page and VIP. If you give me one thing, I give it away in VIP. If you give me, but I go live on this page where there's like 600 people watching, or that can watch, that I have 600 members. And if you give 2 things, I give 1 on each page. And I have had 3 businesses, and I think they all 3 have done pretty well afterwards of getting sales and stuff. I'll be glad to focus on your small business. The only thing that I don't do is if it's a big business, like a big company like Unique, Limelight Makeup, Avon, Tupperware, Pampered Chef, the first person that contacts me out of that big company will be the one I'll focus on, but I'm not going to do more than 1 person for that. But if 15 people have the same kind of business, if it's woodworking, if it is the soap, like I have a soap company, if it's a privately owned business, if it's vinyl work, like, doing vinyl shirts, vinyl mugs, anything like that, if you have any kind of small business and you want pottery, whatever, if you want to give me something, I'll pay for the shipping to send to the others, and I will do a focus on you for a 30-minute show, okay? And if you want to do that. And if you don't want to send me something or whatever, then I would just give you the addresses of who wins, and you can ship it to them, and you can send me pictures of what you want me to show. Same, I'll still focus on you. That's not a big deal. But if you send me something, you can also send me the things to show them and who wins it, and then I'll pay for the shipping to ship it out to them. I've got people in 30 states on here, so you can get the word out to a lot of people real quick. So if you need some private mentoring, I would love to help you, and I would love for you to be a Paula's planner and have that weekly plan and be able to have a clean, decluttered, organized home in about an hour a day. That's about all that I ask of anybody. And that's all I ask of myself. And I go to bed every night, and the dishes are washing to be clean, and there's no laundry. And so 1 load a day keeps Mount Washmore away, and running your dishwasher at night keeps Mount Dishmore away. And so it's a good feeling to get up every morning, empty that dishwasher, and only have the laundry from where my husband just showered that morning. And so that's about all I have today. If you have any questions about cleaning your small appliances in your kitchen, you let me know. If not, meet me back here Wednesday morning, 10 a.m., and we will cover something that's not kitchen related, okay? And if you have any questions between now and then, just let me know. I've got some mentoring to do today, so I'm going to go talk to some ladies and have some fun. And if I can help you, message me. I'll see you guys soon. I'll be live Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Thanks. Bye.